You're wearing a sweater that was selected for you by the people in this room from a pile of stuff.
Give me a full ballerina skirt and a hint of saloon, and I'm on board.
I have a hole in my stomach!
I can't go back.
Welcome to the She Became Visible podcast. I'm your host, Renee Steelman. This podcast is my story. It's your story. It's our story. It's all the stories of all the women who one day knew that it was time to remember who they were, who they are, and stand up and be seen. Hello, welcome to She Became Visible. And you're thinking to yourself, what has happened to her? Why is she on camera with clips in her hair and no makeup? And I'll tell you why. Because on today's episode, since the title of the show is She Became Visible, we are going to talk about becoming visible with Jones Road Beauty. Okay, I don't know if any of you have heard of it, but I just got my box today. Let me show it to you. Cool, clean makeup. This makeup is by Bobbi Brown. Now, many of you probably have heard of Bobbi Brown, but you may not be aware of Jones Road. And the reason is because it's actually fairly new. Bobbi Brown actually sold her business to Estee Lauder and signed a non-compete, which is very common in business. And so she wasn't really able to do anything until I think 2022. And she is free from the non-compete and has now started another line of makeup called Jones Road. And I am kind of I've watched a lot of reviews on YouTube, and I'm getting more negative than positive. But one of the things it talks about is if you have dry skin, or if you have, and I love this term, mature skin, this might be the product for you, not for somebody that's young with oily skin, because it has a lot of oil in it. And so I thought, well, that sounds like me. My skin is not really dry, but it is definitely mature, and it is more dry than it has ever been in my life because I basically have been in Oregon for the last 50 years. And before that, I grew up in Illinois, where there was a lot of humidity. And now I live in a combination of Arizona and Utah, and it is so dry. That was one of the first things I noticed when I moved here, was how dry my skin became. So I'm kind of excited to try this out, and I'm trying it out for the first time with you. So welcome. So let's get going. Okay, so let me show you what I purchased. And I just want you to know, I purchased all of this on my own. I'm trying this all on my own. I am not sponsored by Bobbi Brown, and I'm just curious about this product, and I want to see how it goes. So the first product that I bought is the foundation, and it's called What the Foundation, which I think is really cute. And I got the color light. And so we'll see. I don't know how that goes. The other product that I've heard so much about is the Miracle Balm. And the color I got on this is Miami. So this will be interesting. I also purchased the tinted face powder. So that will be fun. And these are all basically what I would use normally. I would use a foundation, I use a concealer, I use a blush, and I use a shadow and a mascara. So I figured, and then, so this is, I think, Bobbi Brown's answer to concealer, which is her face pencil. And I'm really excited to try that out. And I got this in two colors. I got shade number 6 and shade number 19. So we'll see. I think one of them I'm going to use for contouring. And then I got the mascara, and then I got the application brush. So we'll see. Let's open up the application brush first and see what that looks like. This is fun. This is like when YouTube first came out and I watched my grandchildren and they would be watching YouTube and I'm like, what are you watching? And it was a child playing with a toy and I'm like, that's it? They're just playing with a toy and that's it? You know, this is mommy's version of playing with a toy, right? So there we go. Here is the brush. That's very cool. Oh, I like that. I like the, it's definitely a tight, dense, everything brush. Made in Italy. So this is for everything, obviously. I don't know. We'll see. And I'm going to start out. Now, I have nothing on my face. I don't have any moisturizer. I don't have any SPF or anything like that on my face because I don't want to mix it with something that I don't know anything about. So I've heard that the, let's open this up, that the foundation comes, oftentimes you have to mix it. And then I've heard other people say that they didn't have to mix it, that it came just fine. So I like the little glass jar. I don't think people really understand how important the packaging is. But this has 1.14 ounces. That's not a lot, but I don't think you need very much. So let's see if it is oily, if I have to mix it up, or if it is just fine right out of, oh, I think it looks amazing. Ooh, that's a really great color. Okay, so I've heard that really the best way of applying this is with your fingers. So I'm going to start out with that. And I am not going to lose all of the makeup that is on the lid. So let's just start. Oh, that is an amazing color. Okay. Well, that didn't take very long. I kind of love this stuff already. Now, from what I've heard, it doesn't have... Okay, it kind of dries. So you put it on and it's not, it doesn't feel greasy at all. I don't feel like it's greasy at all, but I feel like the color, as I said, I got the light. I feel like the color just blends in with my complexion. And I don't tan. I have spray tan on my body, but not on my face. But I am out in the sun. And in Arizona, you can't get away from being out in the sun. So I have more color than I normally do. But I like the feel of this. It's very creamy. Has a nice smell, not a strong smell. It's very creamy without, I don't feel like this is oily at all. I feel like it's really like I'm just putting a nice face cream on. And hello, I'm good with that. Maybe this is made for old, mature skin. We'll see. Now I will have to reference my mirror that I have here because I can't really see that well. This isn't the best picture in the world. So let me go to my mirror and see what I'm looking at. Okay. Now I'm wondering, once I get, okay, I think I've almost got all of the makeup off the lid, so I feel comfortable that I can throw that away now without feeling like I'm wasting a lot. I think from what I've heard, Bobbi Brown is really into being able to put your makeup on. I'm going to take the brush and just see about how this blends with the brush. Oh, I kind of like that. She's really big into using your fingers when you put your makeup on, not having to have a lot of brushes, making it very easy and simple. And even her makeup is supposed to look like you don't have any makeup on. So very natural. And I feel as though this foundation definitely does that. Yeah, there is not a ton of coverage, but it's pretty much what I'm used to. I don't use a real heavy foundation normally anyway. So I love that. And I kind of love this brush. This is amazing. Really great blending brush. But I feel like that went on really well. And as I said, I didn't have any moisturizer or anything. So I feel like it's definitely very moisturizing. So we're going to give this a hot 10. I'm kind of loving this. And the color, as I mentioned, the color is light. I didn't do any, I just guessed, and I feel like it's right on, absolutely right on. So really pleased with the foundation so far. So what the foundation is what the freaking great. So that's my rating on the foundation so far. Now I just applied it, so I can't tell you what's going to happen throughout the day, but so far I love it. Okay, before I use the Miracle Balm, which she, in her videos, uses this as just, instead of using a foundation, just using the Miracle Balm to give your face kind of a dewy, moisturized, natural look. But I've also seen a lot of people use it as a blush or a highlighter. And so I got the color Miami Beach because I definitely want to use it as a blush. From what I understand, it is very, I don't know if oily is the right word to use, but I don't know if I would use this all over my face. And I don't know how it would go with the foundation. So I'm going to start out by just using it as a blush. But before I do that, I want to show you the pencil. So this pencil that I have here is the number 6, I think. This one is the number 6. Yeah. And I'm going to use this as a concealer. So I'm just going to use this like I would normally use a concealer. And let me go to my mirror so I can see what I'm doing. And it's kind of creamy. It's not. Okay. I don't know if I would use this as a concealer. You know why? Not that I don't like the consistency of it, because I do, but I don't like to do a lot of tugging under my eyes, because you know your skin is a lot thinner under your eyes. So I don't want to do a lot of tugging. I would probably use a brush, yeah, rather than using my fingers on this under eye area. And I don't know. If I just use it as a concealer, I don't know if I like this over the other products that I already have. Now, as you can see, I have really deep set eyes. And so I usually use a little bit of concealer just because, you know, they're getting a little darker the older I get, and they are so deep set that I kind of have to bring them out. So there's no cat eye for this girl. This girl cannot do cat eye because my eyes are so deep set that you would go in with your brush and then you'd go and run right into my brow bone. And so there is no cat eye for her, which I love a cat eye, but not for my face, not for my face structure. So that's just the way it goes. Yeah, I'm not in love. I'm not in love. Okay, hold on. I'm going to have to go get a smaller brush to get this smoothed out. Not in love with this so far. Okay, so I don't know if I use this just for contouring and not necessarily as a concealer. It has a very nice feel to it. I do like the consistency of it, but I definitely would not try to apply this with my finger. I definitely think you need a brush of some kind or a sponge to apply this. So yeah, and we've got the good old glasses marks. I remember seeing these marks on my mom and thinking, oh, I'm never gonna have those. Like I have control, like you have control, right? When you wear glasses all the time, which I didn't have to start wearing until I was about 45, then yeah, your skin gets a little thinner and all of a sudden you have marks on your nose that are there forever. It's horrible. I don't know why these dermatologists do not concentrate on what's really important. Okay, so let's try this Miracle Balm stuff. Ta! Now here's the weird part. It's solid, right? And the secret is you have to break the seal. That's what they say. You have to break the seal. And I saw one person say that they were just, rubbing their finger over the top. And you can see it's kind of got a little bit of color. But, you know, she's like, oh, it doesn't have a lot of color in it. But the reason is because you have to break the seal. I don't know what's underneath the seal. Let's break the seal and find out. So, ooh, okay. It's hard to break the seal when you've got nails, because like I'm going to dig up the whole thing, but I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it. Okay, I don't know what that means. Okay, but I'm going to get, because of my fingernails, I'm going to get a good chunk of this on my finger, and I'm going to mush this around, which I think is what you're supposed to do anyway. You're supposed to warm it up with your hands, which is nice. It is definitely has shine to it, not a lot of color, but okay, if I use this as a blush, oh, look at that. Ooh, hello. Okay, that has a lot more color than I thought it would. Oh, and you know what? It does feel really good. It is greasy, but not negatively greasy. It's like, I mean, for my dry skin, I actually kind of like it. I do think, I now have a lot of it. I have some underneath my fingernail. Let's see if we can put that back in. I think this would last forever. This tub would last you forever because you don't need very much of it. Now, I am going to go get my sponge because I feel like I want to blend this with my sponge rather than with my finger. Okay. I definitely like blending it in with the sponge, but I'm okay with this. This is really, this is just the right amount of color as far as I'm concerned, and I do love the feel of it, and it's not too oily for my skin at all. So let's move on to the eyes. Oh, I forgot to get my other brush. I might have to go get another brush. Again, this is something that she, you know, she's really big into putting your makeup on with your fingers. But again, I have really deep set eyes, and I also have long fingernails. So those are two things that don't work very well with putting things on with your fingertips. So this is the shadow that I got. It is the the best shadow. Okay, my contact lenses are failing me here. All right, let's see here. The best eyeshadow, champagne. This color is champagne. So this seems, it's got a little bit of glitter to it, which might not be what you like, but what the heck, let's just try it anyway. And this is probably just good old eyeshadow, right? So let's, can't be anything too, oh, that's not bad. That's not too glittery at all, actually. I mean, it's a nice neutral color. It does have glitter, but I don't hate that. I actually kind of like it. It's a very kind of a neutral color. All right, I think I might be sad that I didn't get a brown to go with it. But for all over lid, I'm okay with that. I kind of like that. I might have to go get some of my other brand to finish up because I don't want just that. I want a little bit of shading on there. So let me go get one of my other shadows. Okay, so we're going from Jones Beauty to good old e.l.f., right? But hey, I love this brown palette. I use it a lot, and I like the neutral that's in here. I have a lot of different brands, but I think I will use the neutral to go on the upper brow. Oh, have you guys ever done this? The last color I used on this brush, and I didn't wash my brush, was kind of a pink. So now I have pink on my brow. All right, because I didn't wash my brush after I used it. That's an interesting look. I don't like that look. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Let's see if we can cover that up. Okay. Well, that eye's just going to look a little sore because it's got a little bit of pink to it. So I didn't wash my brushes out, and I just grabbed it. But whatever. Okay, then I want to use a little bit of the brown. I'm not advertising e.l.f. here, so I don't know why I'm showing you this. Just to give a little bit of depth there. And I'm not a makeup artist. I have no idea what I'm doing, so don't jump all over me. Don't criticize me. I don't know. I love professional makeup artists. I relish them. I think they are so needed. And people who do not take advantage of that profession are crazy. If you have an event coming up or a wedding or someplace you just want to get dressed up, get your makeup done professionally. It's the most beautiful experience. These people are truly artists and they know what they're doing. And I love it because my eyes are so deep set and they know how to work with them and they can create all this shading. And they are able to put on false eyelashes, which I'm not able to do a lot of the times because my eyes are so deep set. So that is good. Now, one of the other pencils, face pencils that I got from Jones Road was a brown. And I thought, okay, so I thought I would try this desk. You think you have something that's level and you find out it's not because everything's rolling off. Okay, so this is the, this one is the number 16 and 19. This is the color 19. And so I thought I would get this and maybe even try it as a liner. Let me see. Oh, no. Actually, it's a little bit too light to use as a liner. It's a very light brown. But again, I do like the consistency, and I think I could probably use it more as a contour. Yeah, it's much better for that. Yeah, I like that much better. Okay. Yeah, definitely would not use it as an eyeliner. It's okay. I mean, on the days when you don't want to look like you have a lot of makeup on, it would be okay, but I usually like a little bit browner. Okay, interesting. All right. And I have a little bit of, oh, there it goes again. Little bit of shadow underneath my eyes, which, you know, most professional makeup artists put their eye makeup on first, and then they do the foundation afterwards. Because, and I'm actually going to use this, I like Eyelea. I do like that. I'm going to use that a little bit under my eyes because I don't really like the face pencil as a concealer. I think I probably would use it just for contouring. I think that would be more how I would use it. And then since I got eyeshadow, I like that a lot better. A lot more moisturizing. I feel like it blends in a little bit better. So I would not use the eye pencil for concealer. I would use it for contouring. So there you go. Okay. All right. So let's see how that blends in if I do use it for contouring. How does that blend in? It's okay. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so I didn't buy anything from Bobbi Brown for brows because I don't know. I've used a lot of different products on my brows and it doesn't seem to make that big of a difference for me anyway. I don't have a lot of brows to work with anyway. And I really envy all of you women that have those beautiful, luxurious brows. The only good thing about not having a lot of brows is I don't have to do a lot of brow upkeep. And so that's one good thing. But I definitely went from being a blonde and not having any definable brows to becoming an old lady where your brows thin out anyway. So I don't have a lot of brows to even worry about. In fact, I actually have to dye my brows because that's how light they are. And so I do like This is the Precisely My Brow Pencil by Beautiful, I think that's the brand. And then I like the other brow, almost like a brow mascara. I use that too. Just kind of keep the few brows that I have, keep them in the spot that they're supposed to be in. So, okay. So that's not bad. And then I'm going to try her mascara. And again, I have very light eyelashes because I was blonde before I went to gray. And so that's got a nice curve. She only sells her mascara in black. Oh, this feels good. I like that. Oh, that's very soft. I like that. Not clumping at all. The lashes that I have, I use a lash serum, so my lashes stay pretty long. Not really full, but long enough for every day. I don't feel as though I have to wear false lashes every day. Mascara does it, does the trick. So I highly recommend lash serums. I think they're fun. And now you can, now that the copyright has expired, they have come out with, also you can go into Sephora or Ulta and get a lot of different brands. A lot of different brands have lash serums now, so you don't have to get the prescription. But I do like this mascara. This is very cool. I do like this. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I like it a lot. Great color, no clumping, very smooth. As you're putting it on, it feels very like it's gliding onto your lashes. You don't feel that sticky. Now, sometimes you'll put mascara on and you almost feel as though your brush is kind of sticking, and it doesn't feel like that at all. It feels like it's definitely just kind of smoothing on. So I like that. That is a good thing. Okay, so far so good. Now, the last product that I got was the face powder. Now, I actually use a face powder more when I use some other foundations because it is a little bit, okay, this one has half the powder that I would normally put. Okay, so the color, I'm actually going to use a brush. I mean, it's a loose powder, so you would have to apply it with some kind of a powder brush anyway. So yeah, it's fine. Great, again, good color. I got the light. The color is really good. I'm okay. Just to finish up the look, I'm going to use this, I just picked up this Pat McGrath, I think it's lilac or something, I don't know, but just a little bit of shine, a little bit of color. I know she does have a lip product that I think her lip product is also kind of a multi-use. You can use it on your cheeks as well. I didn't pick that up because I have so many lipsticks and things, but I don't hate this stuff, and I don't feel as though the foundation is oily at all. In fact, I think that might be the secret. I think that maybe she doesn't want to actually say, because, you know, she's in her 60s. Maybe she's developed this makeup line for, you know, women over the age of 60, but she doesn't want to put that label on it because it's good for people with all different skin types. So I don't know, but I definitely think for mature skin, or if you live in a dry climate, this, I'm kind of sold on both the Miracle Balm and the foundation. I think it's great. I like that it's moisturizing, but I don't sometimes I use some other products that I really like, but I do feel as though I have a glow, kind of an oily glow all day, and I don't like that. And that's when I started using pressed powder, but I'm not going to carry powder around with me. So I would give Jones Road a definite thumbs up. I would suggest that you try it. One of the things that I've heard people complain about is the size. Now this is only 1.7 ounces though, so it would get through security. It's not like it's over 4 ounces. So maybe just the weight people don't like. I don't know. I've heard that. Now this, okay, the foundation is heavy. I have to say this foundation is really heavy. Even though it's a little over an ounce, this glass weighs a lot. So this is just, this is the Miracle Balm and it doesn't weigh as much. So I can see if you're packing that this might be, I'll put a little bit more of that on. I actually kind of love this stuff. That it might weigh down your suitcase. So I could see where, but maybe you just get one of those really great travel things and just take a little bit of it and put it in your suitcase so you don't have to take the whole thing. So, interesting. I just like how, I might go ahead and get the other balm that they have that she suggests just using on your face for just an everyday, because this is very nice. This feels very nice. And it's an interesting feel because it's not the typical cream feel. I mean, it is, but it's also, I think it must be absorbing really quickly. So there you go. There's my review. I'm going to say yes. I would definitely recommend trying it out. And there's a lot of different colors. I love her color on the face pencils, the Miracle Balm, even her foundation comes in a ton of different colors. And I was just really lucky to just say, I'll go with the light, and I feel like it matched perfectly. So yeah, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this a little bit different than what I normally do, but it's all about becoming visible, right? Makeup, hair, clothing, independence, really encouraging you to find yourself and find what your talents are and spread them around. So this is just part of it. So thanks for joining me today. Bye-bye. Thank you for joining me today on She Became Visible. Join me each week as my guests and I explore the path of womanhood and tell all our stories. We'll talk about finding the courage to be ourselves and motivate each other to be everything that we're capable of and meant to be, no matter what happens around us. Please like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to donate at shebecamevisible.org.